You came here for a better
Absolutely.
life. My ancestors came here for a better life. We all escaped lands that did not have the democracy that we have here, that do not have the freedom that we have here.
You're watching the Spotlight Network, starring Hollywood's newsman,
And if you were just
Logan
trying to
Crawford.
investigators, they now believe a single member.
He works with TV and film legends. And now, Logan's shining the spotlight on the world's top emerging authors and creators.
International were abducted.
This is Spotlight with Logan Crawford, streaming on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire TV.
I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on Spotlight, we're joined by a wonderful author. His name is Dr. John Ayoola Akinyemi, and he has penned a powerful book. It is called I Am Scared, Very Scared, a deeply personal and emotional reflection on the future of American democracy. In this timely book, the doctor shares his raw reactions while watching major news networks and confronting fears about whether the United States could lose its democratic foundation. We're delighted to have this very talented author join us here today. We thank the team for helping us put him on TV today. And we ask viewers like you to support authors like him by subscribing to our channel and by purchasing his amazing book. The links are below this interview. Doctor, thank you so much for being our guest here today.
My pleasure.
Wonderful to have you on the show. This book is so insightful. Talk to us a little bit about your inspiration to write I Am Scared, Very Scared.
The inspiration to write I Am Scared, Very Scared came exactly a day after Christmas. I'll take that back. The inspiration came, I was awakened from sleep, and as if by divine order, I was ordered in my soul to write a book. This book was targeted to be released 2 weeks before the last election. And my publisher met that deadline. It is a revelation deep inside my soul of what I fear. I try to confront that fear fearlessly, knowing my religious background from home. I knew that I would love not to be afraid. I was convinced that is not the real ethos. But the body is weak. The mind means well, but the body is weak. So I was compelled, and I started putting pen to paper to reveal my true feelings about this great nation that I love so much. I have lived more in America than I lived in my native hometown. I grew up in Nigeria, West Africa. But I only lived there for 21 years until I came over here to the United States. So the inspiration came as a deep-rooted reflection of how it was 62 years ago when I first arrived in this country, having gone through so many 5 presidents and the achievements that they made. And I was fearful that America, the great nation that beckons millions of immigrants like me to come and seek a better future, is going down. I thought I would share that with 334 million Americans to vote with their conscience, not to vote with the promise that now have been unfulfilled. I liken this situation to the slave trade that I was privy. I'm 83 years young. When I was growing up, through our oral tradition, through the storytelling, my grandfather told me about the slave trade. And essentially, without really boring my readers down, I was privy to that first-hand information about the luring of the so-called non-Africans into the coast of Africa in this great big ship with plenty of food, plenty of entertainment, plenty of music. It lured all the Native Americans, the Native Nigerians, I beg your pardon. So essentially, unbeknownst to them, the siren blew. The ship set sail from America, from Nigeria, West Africa. Yeah. And those captives, quote unquote, are all over the world today. I'm happy to tell you a demographic fact that you will find a Nigerian every country in this world. I looked at that and I amused myself by saying, oh yes, Nigerians are the punctuation marks on pages of world history. Wow. Anyway, I wrote that trying to share my fears with my beloved, loved Americans, that we need to do something. Otherwise, the democracy that claim us to be on the top of the pinnacle is slowly eroding. Yeah. And I'm sorry to say, all the predictions I made in that book have come to pass. It is truly it is not just a memoir. It is not just it is a true revelation of my inner soul, ordered within me to share with 334 million Americans.
Yeah. Well, we're glad you did, because it's very, very important. What are some of the hallmarks of democracy that you see eroded in 2025 and into 2026 now?
Yes, this is a very good question, and I will answer it with a personal. I have walked the walk, and I'm talking the talk now.
Yeah.
The number one, which affects me and affects so many scientists and researchers, is the abdication or the nullification of health and education department. I am very, very troubled because the current administration does not give a hoot about education, does not give a hoot about health, does not give a hoot about sky-rising economy. And the thing that amused me there is he told 334 million Americans exactly what he was going to do. And I'm still wrestling with that fear. Why in the world would a nation like America predominantly go and vote and cast their vote for a person who has promised all these things? He was not joking. Well, the thing that really, really gets me is I put myself in that situation. He is closing the doors to immigrants. He is separating families. Yeah. It's just by the grace of God that I came at age 21. I could have been that immigrant. And I'm trying to share my deep feelings with Americans. An unaccompanied child is not a felon. An unaccompanied child is a person. Why in the world would anybody in his right rationale separate these innocent people? It could have been me. I only happened to be 21 when I left the shores of Nigeria to come over. Now, he has put an end to all the HEW, National Institutes of Health grants. Those were I was a beneficiary of such a grant when I was doing my PhD and when my wife was doing her master's degree. So I'm beginning to wonder, Americans, we need to wake up. These are the pillar stones. The America we have today does not belong to us. It belongs to our children and the children's children.
Yeah.
That's how we inherited that from the great forefathers who knew the need to get out of the tyranny of the British monarchy. Now, I'm really, really scared that even since that publication of that book, I'm scared, very scared. I would love to tell Americans that things are getting better, but they are not. It saddens my soul to see what is going on TV.
Yeah.
There's a young, I think she's 15-year-old, who has suffered. The good Lord has a plan for that young lady. She has been wounded 2 times.
Yeah.
All these things I say, and I worry about my children, my grandchildren, and I'm worried about Americans.
Mm.
It seems like the 2% on the very top of the pyramid are the ones ruling and dictating and shuffling things down our throat.
Yeah.
But I tell you, one bit of hope that gives me a little encouragement. We have come thus far. We are not going back.
Yeah.
We are going to fight for our right. Silence is no longer an option.
Mm.
This is a great nation, and we don't want to leave our children and grandchildren tons, trillions of debt, but that's what we have done already.
Mm-hmm.
Our senior citizens are looked upon as being put on the sideboard. Sometimes one of my hobbies is body language. I watch body language. It speaks volumes, more than words can tell. I watch people. When I shop around, I see the sadness. Young mothers trying to struggle. There's people working 2, 3 jobs.
I know.
It's a great nation. It was a greater nation in the 60s. Despite all these things that came with that decade. It is mind-boggling.
Yeah.
It makes me worry. It
Yeah.
makes me fear. But I think, and I'm going to go back to the thing I learned when I was a little toddler, when I was growing up in Nigeria. Thanks to my mother. She always told me, John, have you prayed for what is troubling your soul? And she was also so out of the ordinary. I call her a very unusual mother. I could not wrestle with what she was telling me as a young teenager. Say, have you prayed even for your enemy? I think, oh. But the problem, the real challenge is Americans. If you pull up the pocket, you pick up $1, you say, in God we trust. But that lingo has changed. It looks to me that without really knowing that we are saying, in Trump we trust. That is a no-no for a nation. A nation like America. A nation that gave me opportunity to be who I am today. I came here as a nobody. And thank God I'm somebody. Mm-hmm. It's not through my smartness, it's just through the grace of God.
Yeah.
But the things that I have accomplished today is like stepping on the shoulder of your mentors.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
it's a powerful message. It is a frightening message. And like you said, if you replace "In God We Trust" with "In Trump We Trust," there's obviously a problem there. Yes, and people need to start trusting in God more. This is a wonderful place, the United States of America. It is a godsend to so many families who have come here for a better life. We all come here for a better life. You came here for a better life. My ancestors came here for a better life. We all escaped lands that did not have the democracy that we have here, that do not have the freedom that we have here, and do not have the bounty that we have here of
Yes.
wonderful natural resources, from the land to the sea, to the crops, to the
Yes.
fields. We are
Yes.
blessed to be here. It would be a
Yes.
sin, a very great sin, if we lost it. The name of the book we're
Amen.
talking about today is I Am Scared, Very Scared. It is a powerful emotional journey through fear, democracy, and looking for pathways to hope. Doctor, thank you so
Yes.
much for joining me here today.
Yes. My pleasure.
I appreciate your time, your insight, and the wonderful work on this book. To the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time this time. Until next time.